Thanks for joining us for another edition of National Focus. I'm Kimani Seja. Coming up, the Soufriere Constituency elects a new Parliamentary Representative. 20 to train in the fight against drug abuse and violence, and work begins on the West Bridge. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
A picture is worth 1,000 words. Got it? Taking care of us can be so easy.
Take good care of the children.
Welcome back. Soufrière, Scott's Head, Gallio and Point Michel voters cast their votes on Tuesday in the Soufriere constituency either to keep the Dominica Labour Party representation in form of newcomer Dennis Charles or to give the United Workers' Party candidate Higis Adams a chance. GIS News took its cameras to the streets on Tuesday to get feedback from Soufriere constituency voters on voting day. 3,301 voters are registered to vote in that constituency. Let's take a look.
Today, June 7, 2016, was the date set for the by-elections of the Soufriere, Scott's Head, Gallio and Point Michel constituency. My cameraman Anthony Richards and I visited the Soufriere and Scott's Head communities, while Jana Hector and Albert Tusse were in Point Michel. Here are some of the reactions that we got from these communities.
I'm not living in Dominica over 29 years. That will be 30 years now.
How often do you come?
Every 3-4 times a year. Sorry.
You voted in the last 2014 election?
No.
Okay.
Because of I was missed out.
Oh, you're not on the list?
I was always on the list, but
you just end up missing it?
Missed it, yeah.
Okay. So what do you think about this by-election?
Oh, big time. I'm happy that I'm here. The vote that I give today is for my children tomorrow. My children for tomorrow. Because from now on or tomorrow, I could be nowhere to be seen. But I think I did the best. But God bless Dominica. I love Dominica. And vote good and vote right.
The by-election, we have no problem with the by-election. Up at Soufriere, Scott's Head, and Gallio, Point Michel, we are labor rights and nothing cannot change that. We love our government and we have seen development and it will always have development and that's what we want. I'm a strong labor right and I will always be a labor right and I love the Dominica Labour Party and nothing cannot change us right there.
Any project you think that should be done in the constituency when the new person takes over, whoever it is?
Well, whatever has to be done, Rome wasn't built in one day, so it's one day at a time, so we all can understand what it is.
I support my Prime Minister because I am proud to have a Prime Minister for the poor. And that is Mr. Skerrit. I am a Dominican and wherever I am for the Labour Party. Sure. Dennis Charles, she is the one that is the new parrot for Soufriere, Scott's Head, Gallio and Point Michel.
I support one of the party, but imagine I just listen to all sides, so that means I'm going to all of the rallies here.
Okay. So tell us, what do you think will happen at the end of the day?
Well, if people really vote wisely and vote their conscience, I believe UWP and Higgs Adams going to be successful in the election.
What do you think about the Soufriere constituency in a whole and anything that you think should be done that the next MP should do?
Yeah, well, I think there is neglect in the constituency. Much work has not been done for the 16 years Labour Party is there. So I believe the people should make a change to see how better things could be in this constituency.
Well, as a citizen, voting is a must. I really have to have a vote to have a say in what happens in my constituency.
And why did you vote the way that you did this morning?
It's unfortunate we're having a by-election, and without that we would not be voting today. And therefore, whatever I voted previously is the same way I vote today.
I voted with my conscience. I mean, everyone have their specific party, but I personally voted with my conscience.
What do you want to see for Point Michel in the near future?
Well, I'm a volleyball player, so my volleyball court, I really need it refurbished, I should say. The lighting and just enhance the community in general.
Did you have trouble getting to the polling station today?
Never, just in time. It was nice for me. Yeah. They put me sit down and they called me after the next one. I had operation in the legs and the hips, so that's why I must have my stick, somebody with me. Sometimes the mind is not,
So it was important for you to go and cast your vote today. Why?
Oh, I would ask somebody to come and pick me up. And Auntie Joyce was there to come and pick me up. But I phoned and they said to me, the crowd is not there, so come. And the boy helped me. So it was quite all right.
Why did you have to come to vote?
I love my Prime Minister. And I would love I would love her to come in because she for us.
Can you tell us why you turned up to vote today?
Because I'm satisfied with the way Dominica is running. The country has progressed over the years and I am satisfied. I cannot complain about the government.
And what do you expect from the party that you have chosen?
That she will work well with the constituency, she will deliver on her promises, and if she wins, that she will not think she's too much for her to deal with the people. The way she is, continue to be that same person.
One more thing, what do you see for Point Michel in the next couple of years from your new representative?
What do I see? That Point Michel will develop, it will be a community that people want to come to live. People will be talking about us, will be the best community, and I know Denise is going to do that to help us reach that area.
Polls closed at 5 p.m. and at the end of the day, the incumbent Dominica Labour Party has retained the Soufriere seat with new representative Dennis Charles. GIS will bring you more details in Wednesday's newscast. The Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit is throwing his support behind the communities of Girondale and Eggleston, principally for the rise of the flower show. At the formal opening of this year's spectacle on Saturday, the Honorable Prime Minister shared his conviction that communities should pride themselves on beautification, much like the twin flower show hosts. He has praised the Flower Growers Group for their dedication to a unique product described as the most beautiful show of the year. When the organizers were forced to shelve the show for several years for lack of resources and a suitable venue, government stepped in with $80,000 contribution for a dedicated building on 2.6 acres of land. Since then, government has been the largest contributor to the annual event. The 2016 Flower Show, which wrapped on Tuesday, was possible in large part by a $20,000 injection from government. The Honorable Prime Minister announced at this year's opening that the Ministry of Tourism will now become a player in the colorful event.
This should be a national event and not an event organized by a small group of people. So I give you the assurance that I shall give that instruction that the Ministry of Tourism and the Discovery Dominica Authority ought to play a bigger role in the promotion of this. Because when people come to the country, they want to go to places, to activities, to tourism spots. They don't only come into a place called Dominica, they come in to be part of our culture and our experiences. And I believe the flower show ought to be part of our national program because it really is a show of class. And it's not only about flowers, but the creativity of our people. Because what I've seen over the years in terms of the floral arrangements, I believe you can compete with any of the arrangers anywhere in the world.
He went further to commit to a $30,000 boost for the next show, as well as payment of outstanding costs up to $10,000 from this year. President of the Girondale Eggleston Flower Growers Group, Stephanie Royer, revealed that the group will use their new property to carve out an even bigger niche in the community tourism industry. They intend to establish a botanical center.
A stopover for visitors hikers on the Waitukubuli National Trail, and Mon Anglais, with opportunities for training in various areas of horticulture.
The Honorable Prime Minister has told the group and stakeholders of the area to rest assured of his continued advocacy for both the flower show and the community. The first Girardel Eggleston Flower Show took place in 1974. Construction has begun on the new West Bridge in Roseau. Work began with the fencing of some areas of the construction site along the river bank between the West Bridge and the Easy Loblack Bridge, as well as west of the West Bridge in part of the area currently being used as the Portsmouth bus stop. In 2015, government had identified the rebuilding of the West Bridge as a priority project to improve the capital, both aesthetically and structurally. The integrity of the West Bridge was further compromised after being buffeted for several hours by the raging Roseau River during Tropical Storm Erica. This is phase 1 of the Roseau Enhancement Project. Ground was broken for the $18.2 million project on April 22nd. Dominica's Economic Citizenship Program is footing the bill. Meantime, GIS's cameras continue to watch. You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
I had a bleeding disorder that I did not know about, and they had to be transfusing me continuously. I got 56 units.
Being there at the blood bank, I was like, yo, I'm actually saving someone's life.
You never know when you can go.
Give blood. I have done it, and believe it or not, it don't hurt.
I won't be scared. I'll give. You know you're gonna give blood. I'll make sure she does.
Sit down at the blood bank in a comfortable environment for 45 minutes.
Helping people.
You are stimulating your body to make brand new cells.
You get free cookies, you get juice.
Glad to know your blood group. Feels good.
I felt as a better person.
It's a good thing to be alive, and I can thank God that I'm there and I'm enjoying life.
Welcome back. A total of 20 young Dominicans has consented and will be trained to join the fight against illegal substance abuse and violence on the island. The Ministry of Health, through the National Drug Abuse Prevention Unit, in collaboration with the Inter-American Drug Abuse Control Commission, CICAD, the Organization of American States, and the University of the West Indies, has embarked on a training and certification program for drug violence and prevention, treatment and rehabilitation. At the opening ceremony on Monday, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Helen Royer, remarked that Dominica welcomes the program as the island continues to grapple with its own challenges with violence and substance abuse. She expects that the program will, as intended by design, strengthen the island's capacity to deal with drug-related issues.
As one of the critical components of any drug demand reduction effort, this program was designed by the OAS to develop and strengthen member states' institutions, policies, and strategies regarding treatment and rehabilitation for individuals with problems stemming from drug abuse and violence. The ultimate goal is that member states will have a professional workforce providing optimized standards of care in drug treatment and prevention services.
The Permanent Secretary encouraged participants to see the program as an investment in their personal development.
We look forward to the returns on that investment, one that will translate to a reduction in the production, trafficking, and use of illegal drugs among our people, and in the curbing of violence in every shape and form. In that we are able to offset some of the cost, economic, health, and social, and the criminal consequences of the drug trade as well. You are today being equipped to work directly with persons who are drug dependent and also violence prone. Therefore, this type of work calls for a particular set of competencies, skills, and knowledge, much of which will be derived from this training.
Director of the National Drug Abuse Prevention Unit, Jacinta Banis, expressed concern that the department lacks the human resource capacity to reach out to the entire island. She is optimistic that this program, when complete, will allow for greater impact across communities.
What we are doing now is to provide information on prevention. As I said, prevention is better than cure. So we want to do early intervention. At the drug prevention unit, our staff is very small, and therefore we cannot reach everybody in the community. That is why we were happy to introduce the PROCED program. So we'll have, let's say, we train in country, and probably you can train in your communities as well. A manual will be provided for you, so you will have that manual as a tool that you can use to pass on information to those in your community.
Drug Abuse Prevention Officer Malcolm St. Rose, who is one of the facilitators of the program, says the training will be based on 5 modules.
Module 1 will speak to the minimum quality standards for a drug abuse prevention program. Module 2 will be initial assessment. You know how it is that you take people in to a program. You know what it is that you look for, what are the criteria set and so on. That can help to feed your program. So that has to be really done scientifically. Models of intervention and planning for drug abuse prevention. So we look at various models, community strategies and outcomes of drug abuse prevention programs. The 5th and last module is outcome evaluation of drug abuse prevention programs. Now it means that we have, when all is said and done, how do we evaluate our programs? And the fact that we can evaluate, it can really tell us or give us insight as to were we doing the right thing.
The program will last until June 29th, 2016. And finally, this news time, Dominica's indigenous people continue to showcase their skills and ambitions as they endeavor to maintain their reputation as the most skilled on the island. Honorable Minister for Kalinago Affairs Cassius Daru announced ongoing projects in furniture making and sewing at the Kalinago territory. Honorable Daru gave details of a furniture workshop where over 10 young people will receive training.
But we have ordered it from China. We are expecting it to be here at least by next week. We have a table saw, industrial table saw. We have, how to call it, the one that gives you the thickness planer. We should be commissioning our full business aspect of this furniture shop in the Kalinago territory to employ the 10 individuals that who received the training. And from our point, we are looking at it from a holistic point of view, because we have realized that some people in the Kalinago territory, especially the boat builders, they would go to the forest, they would cut a gombe tree. Now, there may be a little hole in the gombe and they cannot use it for boat construction. They would abandon it and get another one. But what we are saying is, there's no need to abandon it. Get it into lumber, carry it down, we will buy it from them. We will use it in the furniture shop, we will make furniture, the sawdust, we will pass it on to the farmers who are growing vegetables, and everything becomes really green or organic.
The Kalinago Affairs Minister intends to transform the territory into a green zone while also creating employment. He disclosed plans for a tree planting project.
We cannot have this furniture shop and expect chainsaw owners to get to the forest and cut down our trees and cause deforestation. So what we are hoping to do is to go on a tree planting project so that individuals can start planting trees, and the next 10 years, 15 years down the line, we can harvest those trees and have it on always being rehabilitated. So the territory on a whole, it will be serving our water resources to protect our water catchment areas. And these are those areas that we are looking at.
Meanwhile, the Honorable Minister boasts that an initiative by the Ministry of Commerce, Enterprise and Small Business Development is doing well. The Siniku Resource Center Enterprise employs women from the Kalinago territory. These women produce school uniforms for which the Honorable Minister affirms there is a steady market.
It is my intention as the Minister of Kalinago Affairs under the Constituency Empowerment Fund to get industrial sewing machines for these individuals, so that in the new school term, we can get the deals from the government that instead of going to town with our invoice to get uniforms, we will get it right here in the Kalinago territory. And in the Kalinago territory, we are surrounded by schools. We have the Castlebridge School to the eastern side. We have the North East Comprehensive to the northern side. And within the territory, we have Maho River Primary School. We have preschool in Maho River. We have the Salibia School. And soon we will be having a preschool in Sensi, in Salibia. We have the Atkinson School. We have the Isulukati Preschool. We have the Atkinson Primary School. And behind me, we have the Tuna Primary School, or the Concord Primary School. And we have Lighthouse Baptist.
The Kalinago Affairs Minister only cautions that the women provide quality to their customers.
Once we have quality, then I can, as minister, get the government to buy into our products and ensure that we have to serve our people. And I'm hoping that one day we will have the biggest garment manufacturing shop in the Kalinago territory.
And that's the English news. McPherson St. Luce is up next with Creole highlights.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en Creole. Non, moi, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, Premier ministre Honorable Dr. Roosevelt Skerritt, qui tient une position contre chairman carré comme le 1er juillet l'année cela. Si le Premier ministre Skerritt, on a bagay qui t'a pris attention en bas leadership blame, yon dit yo, mais relation et puis India. Premier ministre a fait parole cela au ligne de assistance qui Dominique tapé au India pour faciliter ICT en State College Dominique qui ouvert semaine passée. Premier ministre a dit India déjà tient démonstration et puis commitment pour développement Dominique et puis PA bien plaît pour commitment cela. Honorable Skerritt dit India ça dépend à ces Dominique pour support à ces bagay international. Coopération ça là qui est bien solide, c'est le premier ministre Skerritt. À la nouvelle, Dr. J. l'hôpital Princess Margaret Hazel Chillingford Ricketts, qui a fait parole qui maladie diabetic retinopathy, qui a concerné moun aveugle. Officier de Queen Elizabeth Golden Jubilee Trust, Dr. Astrid Bonfield, visité Dominique Simen Sala ou la maladie Sala tapé attention. Dr. Astrid te mené à son tour l'hôpital Princess Margaret, où là il visité monde qui a tapé traitement maladie Sala.
Aujourd'hui, c'est un bon jour pour nous, avec les personnes qui travaillent avec Zier, avec ces patients-là qui sont venus pour trouver remède pour maladie Zier. Aujourd'hui, nous avons Dr. Astrid Bonfield, une femme qui travaille avec Queen Elizabeth à l'Angleterre. Yoni a trust oti la yoni l'argent moun bal Queen Elizabeth le ite ka célébrer 60 jubilee reign. So l'argent ça là no yo ba épée place à la terre pour faire programme pour assister yo. À Caribla, nous tapons l'argent pour aider nous, pour screen patients qui ont diabetes. Et nous savons diabetes, ça fait moun vini avec. So nous besoin programme ça là pour porter des yeux pour voir si y a des problèmes sick à dire.
Moun qui mérite traitement katapi attention à l'hôpital Princess Margaret.
Si portrait la moutoué yo ni problème avec diabetes ou problème si candidat yo ke vini voir moins moqué traiter yo. Traitement là nous ka fait à Dominique c'est lésa pour faire ces veines là qui pété à dire là pour ranger koyo. Pour empêcher yo vini pli avec. Nous savons les visions affectées avec diabetes ou sick, nous pas ça faire vivre normal, mais nous ça empêcher vini pli mauvais. So moun qui ni sick, yo ni pour comprendre maladie ça là, ça fait yo avec. même quand il fait yo ni pied yo coupé ou kidney yo pas qu'à marcher. So si nous discover yo ni problème ça là, nous ça traiter yo.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non, moi, c'est McPherson, c'est Luce. Au revoir.
Before we leave, here is one announcement. Applications are invited from suitably qualified persons for the position of Director of Security at the Dominica Air and Seaports Authority. The Director of Security is responsible for coaching, managing, and ensuring the training of personnel who provide frontline security and protection of air and sea travelers, airports and seaports, in keeping with the relevant protocols and legislation and any other properties under the control of the authority. A Bachelor of Science degree in Criminal Justice is preferred, and or a diploma from a recognized police training academy with supplemental courses in law enforcement. Other requirements are a minimum of 10 years experience in law enforcement or related field and training or experience in law enforcement. Applications should be sent on the confidential cover to the CEO of DASPA and copied to the Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Public Works and Ports. The deadline for receipts of applications is June 17, 2016. You can read the full announcements on our website, news.gov.dm. Coming up next, your tip of the day. The best way to stick to a lower food budget is to pay with cash. When you enter the grocery store with cash in your hand, you know exactly how much you can spend. Plus, you'll stick to the meat and potatoes necessities of your budget rather than your ice cream and cookie impulse buys. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website, news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow us on Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also available 24 hours a day on our YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Kimani. Thank you for watching, and join us again next time on National Focus.
Introducing the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app, available for download from the Google Play Store, One Mobile Market, and the Government of Dominica's website. Access to all ministries and sub-departments' phone, email and office addresses and websites. Simply select a ministry and the sub-department. You can dial directly from the app or save the numbers to your phone contacts. It's convenience at your fingertips.
Is my passport ready for pickup? Good. It really works.
Download the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app today.